I have to keep only 10 Middle Eastern perfumes for life, then this will be it. If you watch my channel, you know how much I love Middle Eastern perfumes as I review them for you guys. So having said that, I have a lot in my collection. Let's say maybe I have around like 150 bottles and tried probably like around 300. I took, I think, like 3 overnight to figure out which perfumes deserve to be on today's list, as I keep adding and removing perfumes every single day. So I finally made up my mind. Initially, I was planning to do only 5, but of course, who can keep only 5 Middle Eastern perfumes, right? Today, I will be doing top 10 Middle Eastern perfumes that I cannot live without in no particular order. First up is something that I think will be a must for me every summer. I only discovered it this year. Coconut Lagoon by Paris Corner under the Ministry of Gourmand collection. Now, if you watch my channel, you know that I love coconut notes in fragrances. And basically, Coconut Lagoon is one of my favorite coconut fragrances in my collection. This to me smells like a lemon, green apple, coconut water, and watermelon concoction that just smells so refreshing and basically like a pick-me-up scent for me. The kind of coconut in here is not a thick, creamy type, but instead like coconut water. So imagine that coconut water with watermelon juice, green apple, and squeezed lemon. That's how Coconut Lagoon smells like. A lemon and coconut water scent with an underlying vanilla plus fruity notes like green apple and watermelon. Absolutely delicious and refreshing. One of my favorite coconut fragrances in my collection. I think actually this is my favorite coconut summer fragrance. Longevity and projection on me, moderate, but not complaining, because honestly guys, for me, it doesn't need to be always beast mode. And with this kind of fragrance, I'm okay for it to have like moderate longevity and projection. Once again, Coconut Lagoon by Paris Corner, and I find this fragrance unisex, however, more feminine leaning. All right, next up is something that probably you know already will be in today's list, because this is my favorite Lattafa perfume ever. Musamam White Intense. Now, this is a new bottle as I gifted my old bottle to a friend of mine. And yeah, what can I say? This is absolutely beautiful and sophisticated. If you love creamy sandalwood, coconut, and ylang-ylang, you will definitely love Musamam White Intense. Imagine BDK's Gris Charnel creamy sandalwood with an added tropical flair coming from the ylang-ylang with sprinkles of spices like cardamom. I love how the creaminess of sandalwood and coconut are done in here because it's just perfect. It is the perfect amount of creaminess for me to say like, yes, this is something that will easily pass not just as a comfort scent, but also like an everyday wearabout kind of scent. If you watch my channel, I raved about this fragrance so many times already. Yeah, so for sure you even know that this will be part of today's list. I love Musamam White Intense because I find it a sophisticated yet cozy fragrance that I think will be perfect for everyday use. Longevity and projection are above average as well, so I am really drawn into this fragrance and I will never stop recommending it. Once again, Musamam White Intense by Lattafa. Right, next up is Athena by Maison Alhambra. Now, this is a solid dupe of Burberry Goddess, and yeah, to me, this is just like a perfect feel pretty, feel good kind of vanilla scent that is very likable and at the same time very easy to wear. This is giving soft and feminine vibes. I love how the vanilla is done in here because it is not something that is leaning gourmand. It has some chocolate nuance in the background, but just enough to give this fragrance that slight bitter sweet kind of character, and along with that woody vanilla, I just love it. If you watch my channel as well, you know how much I love this fragrance. And yes, I do prefer Athena over Angham because I find it less sweet and I just prefer it like that. If I have to recommend a very good, affordable, everyday, feminine and elegant vanilla scent from the Middle Eastern market, I will definitely recommend Athena by Maison Alhambra. Longevity and projection are above average, especially after it matures. So yeah, highly recommend it, and I will always have this in my collection. Athena by Maison Alhambra, and this is definitely feminine leaning. Okay, another one that for sure you know is coming, Empire Victor by Khadlaj. This to me is a kind of vanilla gourmand that is just perfect. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna describe it. It's a perfect vanilla cake scent. Yes, it is somehow realistic, but in my opinion, this still smells like a perfume. So imagine a perfume that smells like a spongy vanilla cake with caramel drizzle in between layers and caramel drizzle on top plus lemon shavings. Then yeah, that's Empire Victor. I have raved about this fragrance several times already in my channel because that's just how much I love it. This is my favorite perfume from Khadlaj as well. And if you're looking for a very good vanilla gourmand from the Middle Eastern market, so you know, of course, definitely affordable and yeah, it just smells absolutely beautiful, then I highly recommend you Empire Victor. Longevity and projection are moderate in the beginning. However, I noticed now that I have it for some time, the performance improved. And I'm not talking about beast mode. It definitely lasted me now more than 6 hours because now I think the vanilla in here matured enough. Can't recommend enough Empire Victor by Khadlaj, and I find this fragrance feminine leaning. Alright, next up is something I never realized I like as much, not until I have to decide, choose the top 10 best of the best Middle Eastern perfumes in my collection. And this is Cream Velvet by Khadlaj. This, in my opinion, is the best dupe of Bianco Latte that I have ever tried. If you watch my channel, you know that I am not really a big fan of Bianco Latte, to the point that it was just a meh for me. I found it too sweet and cloying. And after trying several dupes of it, Cream Velvet is the one that changed my mind. I'm still not a big fan of Bianco Latte. I won't buy it because there's plenty of choices out there. And yeah, I think Cream Velvet is just the best dupe that I've ever tried. And I find this even better because it is more buttery. So the texture is still very thick in here. Very thick vanilla and caramel combo that just smells scrumptious. But yeah, there's something about it that is addictive. Yes, it is very sweet. And I notice when I wear it, it feels light and airy. I think that's the reason why I prefer it. Very light and airy, but performs like Bianco Latte. Even if you wear it under the heat, it's still gonna work. And yeah, I think if you are into buttery, creamy, vanilla, and thick caramel scents, you will definitely love Cream Velvet. This is one of my favorites from Khadlaj as well. And yeah, Once again, Cream Velvet by Khadlaj, and I find this fragrance feminine leaning. Alright, next up is something for the fall and winter time. Artisan Ethnique by Lattafa. This is another thick and super sweet scent, so just keep that in mind. This is an intoxicating fragrance that is not cloying to me. If the sound of rum, cacao, coffee, vanilla, cinnamon, and sugar, and what I mean by sugar is like a lot of sugar, sound appealing to you, I highly recommend you checking out Artisan Ethnique. This to me kind of smells like a cinnamon bun. Will you smell edible? Well, I will say yes, but in a good way. This is a kind of fragrance that will turn heads because it leaves an intoxicating scent trail. If a cinnamon bun can have a character like a femme fatale cinnamon bun, yeah, that's how Artisan Ethnique smells like. Spicy, boozy, extremely sweet fragrance contrasted by the bitterness of coffee and the dark sweetness coming from the cacao. And on top of that, caramel drizzle. So yeah, I'm talking about very sweet fragrance, however, not cloying. And it's quite hard for me to say that because I get easily annoyed with extremely sweet fragrances. To be honest, I won't consider this as full-on edible gourmand. It still has that perfumey quality in it. I think it's because of the cashmere wood and labdanum in this fragrance that gave it that perfumey quality. If you still don't know, this is a dupe of Born to Stand Out's Sugar Addict, and they are very close. Performance-wise, this is a beast mode level kind of fragrance. So if you're the type who only wears beast mode fragrances, like this is the kind of fragrances that you will love. Texture-wise, very thick and very intoxicating, leaves a sexy intoxicating trail. Yeah, once again, Artisan Ethnique by Lattafa. I cannot wait to wear it this upcoming fall and winter time. All right, next up is an oldie but such a goodie. And you know, when I was choosing the fragrances to include in today's video, this was actually the first perfume that I grabbed. I haven't worn this fragrance for a very long time. This fragrance reminds me how a good like Middle Eastern perfume smell like. And this is Oud Saffron by Orientica. Now, in the beginning of my channel, I have raved about Shaghaf Oud so much. I have decluttered that fragrance because Oud Saffron smells exactly the same, and the reason why I decluttered Shaghaf Oud and kept Oud Saffron is because, of course, to me, this has a more beautiful bottle. I think this is the most luxurious smelling Oud Saffron rose and patchouli combo that I truly enjoy wearing. Now, I know that there's a lot of oud, saffron, and rose combo out there. However, this is just very remarkable to me, very Middle Eastern vibe, and I definitely remember my life in Dubai when I smell this fragrance. It smells like Dubai to me. Yeah, I love this fragrance. Don't be scared about the oud and saffron combo in here. I know it is strong. However, to me, it doesn't smell animalic at all. It is just perfect. And there's something like powdery, praline, and chocolatey about it. So that kind of sweetness control the potency of the oud and saffron combo in here, giving this fragrance the perfect amount of luxury feel to it. I love this fragrance and I will always keep it in my collection. Longevity and projection are fantastic, beast mode level, and it will definitely leave an intoxicating trail. And yeah, Oud Saffron by Orientica, and I find this fragrance unisex. However, slightly leaning more feminine in my opinion, but I know that a lot of men can pull this off. Alright, next up is my favorite Khamrah version. My choice without a doubt is the latest flanker, Khamrah Dukhan. In my opinion, the OG Khamrah started all the hype for Middle Eastern perfumes because of its high quality. The Khamrah line of Lattafa is one of the best Middle Eastern perfume line ever created. Of course, that's just my opinion. So having said that, I have to keep at least one from them. And I chose Khamrah Dukhan because to me, it is the best version out of the three. Even though I love the three Khamrahs, Dukhan, in my opinion, is the best. To me, this smells like the OG. So it's still boozy and sweet, but the added incense, spices, and that slight zesty orange touch makes this fragrance very special. To me, this is the most luxurious smelling out of the three, and it is a kind of fragrance that I would love to smell on myself and on others. It is boozy, it is resinous, vanilla, amber with added spices and incense. I absolutely love Khamrah Dukhan. Now, I'm not saying that you need all the three Khamrahs, okay? If you don't have any Khamrahs yet, I think Dukhan is the best out of the three. This is the most unisex, the most luxurious smelling because of that added incense, and I just love that zesty orange nuance coming from the background of this fragrance. Absolutely love it. I think this will shine more though in cooler weather. So imagine fall and winter. Yeah, absolutely love it. Will forever keep this in my collection. Once again, Khamrah Dukhan by Lattafa. Alright, next up is another luxurious smelling scent in my opinion, and this is Ajayeb Dubai Portrait. Now, I know that I always talk about Tropical Kiss in my channel because that to me is just more likable. And you know, since last year was the year of mango, I think Tropical Kiss was like the perfect mango scent. It is more wearable. However, in my opinion, if I have to choose though, like which one is more of my vibe, I will say Ajayeb Dubai Portrait. Now, if you still don't know, this is very similar to Stefan Humbert's Lucas Soleil de Jeddah Mango Kiss. And yeah, they're very similar. Basically, this is a mango forward fragrance with an underlying woody undertone. I read comments that there are people who find it too woody or cloying. However, to me, it is not. This is a kind of woody and incensey, fruity fragrance that I truly enjoy and resonate with. I vibe with this fragrance because in my opinion, it smells luxurious and it also leaves an intoxicating scent trail. In my opinion, this is a very good mango woody scent that I would love to smell like. Performance is above average. This lasted me more than 8 hours. I think you will enjoy this fragrance if you are the type who enjoys woody scents in your fragrances. Yeah, because I think if you're not into woody scents, then this might be too much for you. But to me, I definitely love it. Luxurious smelling mango woody scent that is definitely a keeper. Once again, Ajayeb Dubai Portrait by Lattafa, and I find this fragrance unisex. All right, last but not the least is something that I will keep because I find it to be close to the original, that I don't need the original because I have this, and this is Soir by Fragrance World. If you watch my channel, you know that I raved about this fragrance the moment I received it because I was so happy to finally find a very good solid dupe of Grand Soir by Francisco de Jan. It is a dark and resinous vanilla, amber, and labdanum patchouli combo that to me smells very intoxicating. Now, I love smelling this more on a man and I would love to use it as well. However, I have to be like in a particular mood and there has to be like a special occasion. This is actually placed on my husband's perfume shelf and I love smelling this on him. In my opinion, Soir is done very well. The lavender in here is just perfectly blended as well, not too masculine leaning, very unisex. Grand Soir, in my opinion, is like the best amber scent that I can think of. Soir just smells like Grand Soir. Performance wise, it performs above average as well. That's why I truly love it. And yeah, definitely worth your money and worth checking out if you're looking for a good alternative to Grand Soir. Yeah, once again, Soir by Fragrance World. So that ends my top 10 Middle Eastern perfumes for life. Let me know if you've guessed any perfumes featured in today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Now, let me know what are your top 3 Middle Eastern perfumes in your collection. Let us all know in the comments down below. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, guys, and see you on my next one.